So what kind of a welcome did you get when you came in?
Oh, fine. And Bob had a reception, and Bob was very helpful. Uh, yeah, but the Senate has its traditions, and I still think. I remember Senator Lugar used to laugh and say, "Let one in, and then look what happens." Gradually, more and more women came, and I used to say, "Well, it's just the good thing when I left was it wasn't a big deal anymore. Women are there; women will always be there." And I frequently would ask, "Well, shouldn't there be 50% women? What if the Senate had 50 women and 50 men?" And I said, "I don't think much would change. Women are just as interested in gaining leadership positions. Women are just as interested in how they can achieve success with legislation. I don't know that necessarily it would change that much." I think when I came in, I have to say, I probably wasn't as aggressive as, say, my good friend Barbara Mikulski might be. But it was a long time before I ever went into the really private dining room where only senators can have lunch. And there's a Republican table and a Democrat table. And it's across from the more open, where you can take guests. And it was a long time before I went in there to have lunch. And I think actually Bob took me in first, said, "Come on, let's go on in and have lunch today in here." I'm not sure, I may be embroidering. That may be one memory has failed me and I've made up. But he would do something like that, though, I think. And it's not that I was ever particularly close on issues except the tractorcade. And boy, I remember that. Because there was a huge group from Kansas, and they were mad as could be. And I knew some who'd lost a farm, and I'm sure he had too, out in western Kansas. And it was just a hard time. And he and I both met this huge group in one of the big Senate caucus rooms. And the fact that we both had the same position was just an enormous strength to me. I mean, that was January. I mean, I'd barely been there.